I'm Fabrizio Buonamassa, Design Director for Bvlgari Watches.
Yeah, and it's a pleasure to have you here. It's the second time in Mexico, you were saying. So what do you think about our country?
It's a fantastic country, full of inspirations, really interesting in terms of culture, in terms of way of life, very close to the Italian way of life. You know, as a designer, it's very important to get many information and inspiration around the world. It's a part of the heritage of each designer, so it was very inspiring me, very important.
This year you presented another record, and it's just say another because you have presented 5 in the last years. What do you think about this watch, and what was the reception of the people?
Very well accepted from the market. Is the 5th world record. It's a chronograph GMT, is the thinnest automatic chronograph in the world, with a peripheric rotor made in platinum and aluminum, a brand new movement, exactly the same approach in terms of aesthetic that you can find in other Octo Finissimo collections. The idea to have the GMT function is because our clients often travel a lot, and the GMT is the most useful. I use this watch, and it's really easy to use and very easy to set the time.
And also you presented the Serpenti Seduttori.
Yes.
That's a great watch, a great bracelet. Can you tell us much more?
This watch is very important for us, because after 10 years of Serpenti to Bogas, the idea was to introduce a new way to wear a Serpenti watch. And the idea was to continue to establish the drop-shaped case of the Serpenti to Bogas. So we left the Serpenti to Bogas to penetrate the market and to be very recognizable. 3 years after the first presentation, we decided it was the right time to go ahead with the watch. And we completely redesigned the watch from scratch, and just from the top view, the shape of the bezel is exactly the same of the shape that you can find on the Serpenti to Bogas case. But it's a brand new case, a brand new bracelet, the case is thinner, the dial is flat, exactly the same design in terms of indexes and hands from the Serpenti to Bogas, the Serpenti Seduttori. It's an amazing bracelet, 1.5 years just to develop the links. Wow. But the idea was to play with the Serpenti in a completely different way. So the same client can wear the Serpenti to Bogas for several occasions and Serpenti Seduttori for a daily watch. It's not so easy to design, and maybe the Serpenti Seduttori was the most difficult watch that I ever designed with my team.
Have you think to put Serpenti DNA into a men's piece?
Today our lineup in terms of ladies, in terms of genders, ladies watches, male watches, is very clear. We will continue to develop in the future Octo, we will continue to develop Serpenti, Lucea, Diva's Dream and Bvlgari. And I think it's not the right time to mix and match different signs for different genders.
I'm talking about men and women. What do you prefer the most, designing for men watches or for women?
It's completely
jewelry?
different, because you know the men's are driven by performance, technical features of the movements. When we talk about lady, we talk about the jewelry side of the brand, we talk about this side of the brand, and we talk more about emotion, way to play with different materials, way to use it, and a different heritage.
And now in Mexico you're presenting a novelty in a Bvlgari Octo Roma case. So we're talking about a special piece launching here in Mexico. It's not a special edition or limited to Mexico. But
yes, it's not a special edition. This watch is for the first time in Mexico. It's our Grand Sonnerie Tourbillon. This is an amazing watch. We need more or less 6-8 months to assembling one. That's why we are able to produce few pieces per year. When I say few, I say 2, 3, 4 maximum. Almost 1,000 components inside this watch. And you see here you have the double indication for the power reserve for the movement and the power reserve for the sonnerie. The hammers are on the back of the case. You see all this opening is just to amplify the sound. It's an automatic movement with the tourbillon and with the Grand Sonnerie. It's an amazing watch, and the cases come from the Octo Roma design. Even the buckle is made in white gold with sun-blasted finishing, the same finishing that you can see on our Octo Finissimo collection. Yes, and the case is made in titanium. Yes.
That's an amazing piece, Fabrizio. Thank you very much.
Really impressive.